I was never good with numbers. And yet today, my money works better than most people's who understand finance. If numbers bore you, spreadsheets give you a headache, and every time someone says budget, you feel like clicking away, stay here. Because what I'm about to share is exactly what I did when I realized that waiting to like numbers before fixing my money was keeping me broke. And no, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a finance expert. I'm not here to sell you some fancy course. I'm just a normal person who got tired of being stressed about money and found a more human way to deal with it. Stay until the end, because there's one mistake almost everyone who hates numbers makes without noticing, and it's the most expensive one. Let me be honest with you. I was the kind of person who avoided checking my bank account, not because I had no money, but because I didn't want to face reality. I spent money on small things without thinking. I kept saying, I'll fix it later. And every time I tried to sit down and organize my finances, I lasted maybe 20 minutes before quitting. Not because I was dumb, but because everything out there is built for people who love numbers. Complicated rules, percentages, formulas, 10 different spending categories. And I remember thinking, if managing money is this hard, this just isn't for me. That thought keeps a lot of people stuck. Because here's an uncomfortable truth. Most people don't struggle with money because they lack information. They struggle because the system wasn't designed for them. The problem isn't that you hate numbers. The problem is believing that because you hate them, you're bad with money. We were taught there are two kinds of people. People who are good with money and people who just aren't wired that way. That's a lie. I've met very smart people, engineers, doctors, people who are great at math, and they're still broke, stressed, and drowning in debt. I've also met people who barely like math at all, and they live calm, stable lives. So I asked myself a question that changed everything. What if money isn't about intelligence, but about behavior? That's when things finally clicked. I stopped looking at my finances like a math problem and started looking at them like a human problem. I realized something important. I didn't spend badly because I didn't know how much money I had. I spent badly because I made decisions while emotional. Tired, stressed, bored, anxious. That's where my money disappeared. So I stopped trying to understand finance and started building a system that protected me from myself. And this part matters. The best financial decisions I ever made didn't require calculations. They required simple rules. For example, I don't spend money the same day I get paid. I don't buy anything expensive without waiting 48 hours. I don't trust my memory for important payments. None of that is technical. It's psychological. And when I did that, something strange happened. My money started organizing itself. Not because I became disciplined, but because I stopped relying on willpower. And here's the moment everything changed for me. One day, I realized I hadn't stressed about money in months. Not because I was rich, but because I knew exactly what my money was going to do. That's when I understood this. And listen carefully. Money doesn't need you to understand it. It needs you to stop sabotaging it. People who hate numbers don't lose money because they can't add. They lose money because they live reacting. They react to deals, to impulses, to emotions. When you remove that, the chaos disappears. And no one talks about this because it doesn't sell expensive courses. If you hate numbers, you're not broken, you're not lazy, you're not bad with money. You were just never taught a way that fits you. Finance for humans isn't about being perfect. It's about making fewer big mistakes. It's not about knowing everything. It's about doing the basics right over and over again. I didn't change my financial life by learning more. I changed it by simplifying. And if someone like me, who avoided checking his bank account, could do it, you can too. If this made sense to you, subscribe. This channel is built for people like us.